Ladies and gentlemen, man, I'm so proud to call this man my brother. I used to call him a friend, HB. Now I call him my brother. I didn't even check in with him on that one. I didn't even get permission. He was my brother before he even knew he was my brother. I'll send y'all pictures of my high top fade. Come on, man.
Cuts in your eyebrows, though?
Trying to wild out.
Uh-huh.
Just like he did. That song I just played, Set It Off, is brilliant. One of the best written rap songs of all time, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. It's lovely to see this man out and about doing interviews and making sure he's present. He's an icon in this game. He's broken barriers in this game. He's done things people have never done in this game. This dude used to change outfits on his stage show.
Crazy.
People weren't doing it like that. He danced. He had fashion. He had everything. He brought all the entertainment, and you could not touch his bars. Many careers have been made and emulated his to become who they are. And sure, there's people who came before him, but it's hard to make your mark in the game as an MC in the way that he's done. And now we're here to celebrate his new podcast that I ever tell you, the one about. Give it up for the one and only Big Daddy Kane, ladies and gentlemen.
Kane!
Big Daddy, what's happening?
What up with you, Kane?
Oh, I'm great. Everything is good. Great to hear y'all.
Come on, man. It's all love, man. Rich Nice called in because I told him you was going to be on the show. I can't even wake up, Rich, before noon. Rich, what up, baby?
What up, what up, what up? Grand Rising, Big Daddy.
My brother, man. Peace and blessings, man.
Peace and blessings.
Always great to hear you.
Always, man. Kane, what part of the country you in right now?
I'm in North Carolina.
You in North Carolina? Man, Kane was one of those first people that moved down there. And we was like, what is this North Carolina thing? And then you start seeing a lot of folks. Who else live in that area, like from the scene?
I know Dougie Fresh, DJ Chill Will, Special Ed, Special Ed, Super Lover C. Some others I can't really think of offhand. Yeah.
Okay.
There's this guy here.
Big Daddy Kane, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about this. Yeah, it's amazing, man. Hey, bro, Set It Off was one of my favorites. Like, you know, that you step off and went, oh, my gosh. How did he even do it? It was just perfect, man. When you recorded Set It Off, how many takes did it take? Did you do all of that in one take, each verse?
I believe so. I think that might have been one take because, I mean, you know, that was something that I was looking forward to doing. Like that was one of those songs that, like, I was like, just like I had an idea, a concept. You know, I was listening to James Brown's Sex Machine, and I was just like tripping on the way he started off. You know, moving, grooving. I'm gonna count it off. You know, I'm like, I need a song like that where I'm already gone before the beat even drops. You know. So that was like, you know, what I was really trying to do with that.
You know, what I liked about it, too, in the end, Set It Off, and we're going to have this really, you know, esoteric conversation. One of the things that you did, and you mentioned James Brown, I think of the Stylistics, and I think of Al Green. They used to always talk on their records, you know what I mean? Like Al Green used to talk to you on the records. Even in the end, he'll be talking. He'll be, you know, as opposed to just singing. And you did all those shout-outs on the end, and, you know, you know what I mean? I was like, oh man, what made you do that? Like, was that just okay? I got to get these people off to show them love, or was that too inspired by something?
Nah, that was me just wanting to show, you know, my people some love, you know, so they can hear their name on the radio and whatnot, you know. But I mean, people used to clown me about that, you know. Used to be like, damn man, your shout outs is like a third verse.
But you know, Kane, what's up? It's Heather. How you doing? How you been? So glad that you could join us today on the show. It's so crazy because for the first time that Sway mentioned the shout outs, I think I heard you shout out Blase Blase. That's the rapper? Like, is that the same one?
No. You know, that was the term we used to say when you know, like just like et cetera. You know, that was yep. Et cetera. You know,
you.
With Sway and Heather and Blase.
Blase, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
I thought Blase was a Brooklyn gang. Had it like on the West Coast? He was like, oh, they got a gang called Blase.
He's stupid.
Like,
nah. You talking about Blase when the East is in the house?
Oh, that's what I was talking. I just was like, wow, Kane gave him a shout out way back then. Like, damn, he was on the come up back.
I didn't meet that brother until like the mid '90s, I think.
Got you.
Oh, okay, man. Big Daddy Kane is here. I know the lines are lit up. Rich Nice, you want to jump in? I mean, you called.
Yeah. See, here's the funny part. See, I know Kane. We hung out, so it's like, in the public, he's a very serious, calm guy. But Kane got a sense of humor like a stand-up comedian. Y'all don't understand how funny this brother is. So with all these experiences and stories, have you ever thought about turning any of them into screenplays?
I mean, right now at the moment, we're in the process of doing a whole biopic on the Juice Crew. With the lives of myself, Biz Markie, MC Shan, Shantae, Marley Marl, Mr. Magic Fly Tie, are going to be told. So that's in the process now. So you'll hear a lot of those stories there.
Fly Tie, Juice Crew, Cold Chillin'. Is it going to tell the story of the Juice Crew or Cold Chillin' too as a label, or encompass all of it in one biopic?
Pretty much, squeezing it all into one, but mainly the story of the Juice Crew origin and all the members. Because I mean, it's really Juice Crew was started by Mr. Magic. And, I really wanted it to be told through his eyes because people don't really understand how important this brother was, being the first person to play hip-hop on radio and being that person to break so many different artists back in the 80s up until the early 90s, people don't really understand that importance. And then people just don't, they're unaware of, the process and all the gangster stuff that went on behind the scenes to, get to that point,
Can you give us an example of, because see now, Kane, you do a story that you doing a podcast that I ever tell you the one about, so you can't hold no secrets. Can you give me an example, a specific example of the gangster stuff that went on? Because Rich is constantly, me and Rich go around and we have these conversations with younger folks in the game, and Rich will tell them like the music business was really built by gangsters. You know what I mean? Like if you trace it back to its origins, there was a lot of gangster activity taking place behind the scene in the music business. Can you give us an example of what was going on back then that you witnessed?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, before I even go there, let me just say that a lot of that gangster activity that Rich is referring to, his troublemaking ass probably started. That's another story, though.
Okay.
But I mean,
I can't shake it, huh? I can't shake that one, huh?
Nah. I'm never letting that go. I'm never letting that go. But I love you. You my brother for life, but yeah, I'm taking them two incidents to the grave. But yeah. But I mean, stuff, concerning the Furtado brothers from Queens to my dude Big Botch from Brooklyn. Yeah, it was a lot of street stuff going on, on the inside, and it's all we talking about that, because we want the story to be told properly.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't understand, it's bigger than just hip hop. It is hip hop, but it's even bigger because we talking about fashion. We're talking about like careers starting. We're talking about radio personalities. I think it's an amazing story, and everybody's gonna really enjoy it.
You got to check out, citizens. Did I ever tell you the one about the 5.1 stereo sound that these stories are being presented in? How different is it the way it sounds on this podcast and then a normal podcast? would you say?
I mean, it's crazy, Sway, because I mean, you know, it's in 5.1 surround sound, so it's the type of thing where I'm telling a story about being at a block party and, you know, in the 70s and the DJ throwing on, say, love is the message, or we got our own thing. And you hearing that, you know, left and right. And I'm talking about the ice cream truck pulling up, and you're hearing an ice cream truck behind you. You know, if you listening, you know, in surround sound, you hearing the ice cream truck pulling up behind you, and sound like, you know, someone sipping a beer right next to me. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's like it kind of makes you feel like, as a listener, it makes you feel like you're there.
I love that. Tracy, you want to talk to BDK?
Yes, please. Kane, when you mentioned fashion, it just had me thinking about how the chains in hip hop have changed. You know what I mean? Thinking about seeing those humongous, gorgeous, dazzling, in your face rope chains that you had, and then how things moved over where we had, you know, like the Cuban link chains. And then now it's to the point where we've had a lot of artists who say they don't really wear chains as much, or we see that the chains aren't the first thing that catches your eye. They're actually tucked into the shirt. Can you talk to us about that evolution, I guess, of change? Like, what made it such a moment to have big ones, and then why do you think that they slowly started kind of getting smaller and more humble, modest?
Honestly, I really couldn't answer that. I mean, you know, it was something that, you know, back then we were excited to do because we seen cats like Run DMC and the Fat Boys with heavy jewelry on. So when we came out as artists, we wanted to, you know, follow suit and pretty much do the same thing. But as far as me, in my case, it was like I would wear them on stage at night, and when I come off stage, I got all types of cuts and bruises because I was dancing. So the chains, those heavy chains, would hit me in the face, and I just, you know, got tired of wearing them. But it was, you know, I would wear them maybe to the club or something like that. But I mean, I stopped wearing them like out on stage.
That makes sense. Yep.
I didn't know the chains used to attack you, Kane.
Yeah, I have all types of nicks and bruises, man. So I was just like, let me just chill.
Right. It's an extra workout, too. They add so much weight.
Yeah, I rely on the hot top fading the parts, man, you know?
Yeah, it is, man.
Too much.
Big Daddy Kane is here. I noticed when you mentioned that you guys doing the biopic on the Juice Crew with everybody involved. I noticed I didn't hear anything from Heather because, you know, she was Boogie Down Productions. So I was going to ask Heather how she felt. Did y'all have something coming, Heather?
I ain't got nothing to do with that. Chris is the founding member, and it was rest in peace to Scott LaRock, who I never got a chance to even meet. So that group formed way before I was even involved. You got to remember, Sway, and Citizens of Sway in the Morning. So I would say Boogie Down Productions came out in like 80, 86, 85. I didn't meet Chris until 1990. So that was long. So that was long before. You know what I mean? Like Miss Melody was down, D Nice was down, but I didn't meet Chris until my first year of college.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But that's an interesting point that you bring up, though, because Kane and Chris was actually friends. So will there be a representation of KRS in this biopic? Because you and Kane were boys. I mean, you and KRS.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, because it's like you got to talk about the BDP Juice Crew war, you know, with Chris and Shan, you know, so that has to be mentioned. And then, also, the fact that, like you said, me and Chris was tight. Because, I mean, a lot of people don't know, I mean, KRS and Miss Melody, they helped me move out of my parents' crib, you know.
Really?
So, yeah. I remember it like
Melody is from Brooklyn, Sway. She was from Brooklyn.
Yeah, me and KRS carrying a big gray velvet couch down the stairs, and Miss Melody had this big ass 25-inch TV up under her arm, like a football. Like we moved to. I moved to Canarsie, and we set everything up, and opened a 6-pack of Heineken and watched The Color Purple.
Wow, man!
I mean, ain't nothing hip hop about that story, but it's facts.
That's a hip hop ass story if I ever heard one, man. What you saying? Man, I love it. Big Daddy Kane is here. It's a lot of folks on the line for you, Kane, right now. But citizens, we really want you to support their podcast. That's what it's all about. Kane only going to give us some of the stories. A lot of them we know, but you got to go listen to the rest of them at Did I Ever Tell You the One About? And they can find that on all DSPs, Kane, like it's everywhere.
I believe so, but definitely Apple and Spotify. You can find it there. Did I Ever Tell You the One About Big Daddy Kane? And yeah, I mean, I try to touch on everything from my childhood to my first introduction to hip hop in the '70s and my career and the whole span of it and everything that I've been through and all the legendary people that I've worked with. So I mean, I hope that everyone enjoys it.
Do you speak about the business side, Kane? Because I was always curious when I was watching you guys. We were coming up too, but we were taking cues. We were playing your music. We were taking cues from you, and we were trying to learn from the outside. But I realized once even King Tech and I start signing deals that, oh my gosh, man, this nothing was ever artist friendly. Did you ever have a time in your life where when you started realizing and you came to the realization that, damn, man, I don't like this deal, and I need to become more wise about the business and I need to obtain better deals? Was there ever a point in your life when that happened?
I mean, there was a point where that happened. There was a point where, I was unhappy with the direction that I felt that, certain people were trying to take me. And there was also a point where I had to say, you know what, even though it's a new album coming out, I'm good. And I just stopped. I just left everything alone. And that's actually when I moved to North Carolina. I was just like, I don't want to do this no more,
Mm-hmm. And which album was that? At which point, which album was that?
It was an independent album called Veterans Day. And, we had just completed it, and I had met Joan Jett, and she was, like, so down to earth and so super cool. And we did a distribution deal with her on her label, Blackheart. And, I was really excited. And then something was said one day at a meeting, and it just pissed me off to the point where I was like, you know what? I enjoy my freedom too much. Let me leave this shit alone. I'm good.
What was Kane? I know you telling these stories on the podcast, but I've walked away from 6-figure deals because somebody wanted me and King Tech to not play Common on our radio show because they said it wasn't mainstream enough. It was different artists we was playing, even yourself, and that was enough to make me go screw it. And it was a 6-figure deal, but I was in pain. You know what I mean? Afterwards. What was it that was said that made you go, screw it?
I mean, it was basically a type of situation where, like, I was dealing with something that I felt was sabotage, where someone thought that they knew and understood hip hop and they didn't. And then they said something real reckless and had a lot of Joan Jett people looking at me like, I could feel them looking at me like, wow, this is, who's representing you, and I'm like, you know what? I'm good.
Man,
I'm good.
They don't know, man. Yeah. They better watch some old videos of Kane, like in the Vapors, how he walking over. You got to know the old Kane, man. That dude was lucky you was just good and walked away. He lucky you just walked away. Man, Big Daddy Kane is here. I'm going to open up these phone lines. We got Yolanda on the line from Nashville. Yolanda, Grand Risings.
Hey, Yolanda.
Hey, I cannot believe this. I can't believe this. But I am the biggest Big Daddy Kane fan since 1988. I even followed him when he was in Meteor Man, and that was not a good movie to me, but he was good. And I watched him in Posse. But I'm just want to give you your props for everything that you've done for our culture, because I'm from your era, and I was praying that I wouldn't pass out. I had to text my husband before I called in because I am the biggest Big Daddy Kane fan, and my husband gives me a pass with Big Daddy Kane, so that's how much you mean to me.
Damn.
I appreciate the love.
That's next level.
That is next level.
If you ever meet Robert Townsend to complain about Media Man, make sure you throw a few jabs about him making me dye my hair blonde too. Let him know.
I'll do that. I got your back.
All right.
Thank you,
You're a citizen, Yolanda.
What up, Yolanda?
Thank
Yo,
you,
Sway in the morning.
Thank you,
Okay.
Tracy. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Kane was a blonde, man. We thought we lost you, Kane.
Oh, man, cut it out. That was just for the movie.
For the art.
Okay. Hey, man, we got one of our role warriors on the line. Rashad is on. Rashad.
Yo.
What up, family?
Yo, Sway, what's good? Yo,
What's
what's up,
up?
homie? Kane, what up with everybody?
All right.
Hey, Kane, man, I just want to say, man, you the realest. You've been real since you came out, homie. And, you know, all the homies love you, man. And yo, before I start driving, man, I was in the feds, man. And, yo, when I tell you, man, they put MP3 players. And if everybody know, when you was in the feds, when they put them MP3 players on commissary, everybody went and got Big Daddy Kane. That was the first. You had to go get you. You know what I mean? So you made a lot of brothers, man, every day feel good. But I was in Atlantic City, man, because I'm from Jersey. And that concert that y'all had, the old school, you know, you tore it down, man. The Lady B there. It was like back in the days, man, when you was rocking all the Fresh concerts and all that. So that's where I come from, man. And I come from your era. And your era was the realest. And I'm trying to say this era right now, it can't touch the era that you was in. And I tell my son every day, and I say, you give me 3 rappers right now that can do anything with Big Daddy Kane. And everything I taught him, man, he can't come up with one. But I always want to say thank you, man. And you was the realest. And your Sway, everybody, man. I respect what y'all doing. But right now, I'm in North Carolina right now. Man. I'm delivering right now.
Get it, baby. Come on, man. Road Warriors made Sirius XM. Thank you, Rashad.
Thank you, homie.
Yeah. He got me curious. I'm wondering what year he was in the bank with MP3s. Because I remember back when my albums came out, I remember sending some to my people and Sing, and he was like, nah, we don't even have CD players. You know, you send a cassette next time. Yeah.
Damn, shit, he hung up. But if he called back, we'll find out. They didn't even have CDs. Cassettes, man.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, I think, 89. I think 89, I was sending something to my dude, Sing City.
Mm-hmm. I love that, man. D from Florida is on the line. Go ahead, D. We got Kane on.
What's good, D? Well,
What's good? What's good, Sway? What's good, Heather Tracy? What's going on?
What up, bro?
Not much. It's the Road Warrior D'Angelo, baby boy.
Oh, D'Angelo.
What's good, baby? It's Maryland. Matter of fact, for you.
Word.
I want to shout out Kane, man. Look, congratulations on your podcast and everything you accomplished. I had one question for you, bro. Yo, God bless the dead, Big L. When you did Platinum Plus, bro, I already know by that era, you know, you were kind of like going out a little bit. But when you got on Platinum Plus, did you have to come on there and show people, like, look, I still got it? Because on Platinum Plus, man, it was just different to hear you, the way you rhymed on that joint. It was just different. And I respect you on that joint, fam.
I appreciate it, my brother. But, I mean, real spill, actually, I didn't have to show people that I still got it, you know, because I never lost it, my dude. You know, it's just that there were certain songs, you know. I like to make a variety of songs. You know, sometimes I like to spit it for. Sometimes I like to spit it for, you know, for my hood people. And sometimes I like to spit it for the ladies. Sometimes I like to spit it for my mature crowd. Sometimes for the youth, you know. But what I will say is that, you know, I mean, I was very, you know, I just really wish that could have been a song that me and Big L did together. You know, I wish we could have been in the studio together, writing our bars together, you know, that type of vibe, you know. But rest in peace to Big L.
Hey, D, thanks for your question, man. You're a citizen.
Sway in the morning. Shout out to you, D'Angelo.
Hey, we got Rashad back. Rashad.
Hey, yo. Hey, Kane, I'm going to tell you when the MP3s came out. Now, the state of New York didn't have it, but that's when the feds and anybody out there listening, they going to tell you. I did 17 and a half years in there, bruh, and I ain't hot. And they going to know what you talking about. I ain't no rat. So when you came in the feds, the MP3s came out. I want to say they came out, in 2009, maybe 9, maybe 2008. That's when they put the computers in there. You can write your family. So what happened, how it used to work then, it's work like that now. You go in there and you look for artists. So we had to go to the administration to say, yo, we want Big Daddy Kane on here. We want this artist. We want that. Everybody got Big Daddy Kane first where I was at. I was in Farrington in Jersey. So I had came from Lewisburg. That was the penitentiary. So when we went there, we got you. And everybody had you.
Okay.
So when you was on the weight pile working out, if you got Kane on, don't say shit to me, yo. Big Daddy Kane's on.
I love it.
If he was in the feds, you probably had it better than Cats and Sing Sing anyway. So yeah, I can dig it.
Well, some parts of it was good, you know what I mean? But the one thing that changed the whole game is you can get that music. Now, back then I was going hard, so I wasn't too much on R&B, but I was hard on Kane. And I listened to Kane. It's one freestyle you got, and I can't get the name, and I try to get, they used to play it on LL's joint all the time. It's a freestyle. And like, yo, you going off, and every time, it'd be like 1 in the morning when it come on, man. I'd be driving, and I'd be trying to stay up. So I can't get the name of this, man. I can't.
They play it on Rock the Bells?
Rock the Bells, yeah. They was playing it on Rock the Bells. It's like a freestyle. And every time I hear it, I call my homie. I be like, yo, what's this? He like, I don't know.
You know the beat underneath it? You know the beat underneath it?
Let me say. I want to say it's it might be on that Get Raw beat. But he's freestyling, and he's going crazy. Like I'm saying, like he's killing it. But I tell everybody, man, like homie said, like you just checked him, you never lost it. Only thing I say, go to a Big Daddy Kane show, man. You gonna see for yourself. Homie ain't lose it. He ain't lose it. And like we about the same age. And yo, homie, I ain't in bad shape. I can't do that shit you do. I'll be out of breath on the dance floor. You feel what I'm saying?
Give him a mirror, Rashad, y'all. I love your passion, man. Hey, man.
Rashad is different because Rashad, like the prisons that he talking about, like he must be calling from like a 609 area, like that's South Jersey. Like so, Sway, for you, so you can have an idea, that's going down towards Atlantic City and all that, like Pleasantville, Atlantic City, Lakewood, like all of that area.
Okay, all right, bro. He definitely got a. You need to write a book, Rashad. All right.
Man. Hey, listen, man. I do, but I try to talk to the kids, man, because in the feds right now, I want everybody to know our brothers is struggling with this COVID. So everybody know on this platform, Sway, our brothers is struggling in the feds. They dying, and they giving them Motrin. Motrin ain't curing nothing. I want everybody to know that. Our people's dying in the feds right now, and that's the shit the government ain't telling us. But so thank y'all. Hey, Kane, stay up. The next time, man, wherever you at, I'm coming, homie. All right? Y'all be easy. Thank you.
Hey, you be very safe, too, Kane. Rashad's one of us. If he show up, you're very safe.
Before Sway try to lump Jersey up together.
I love his energy.
Gotta love it, man. Hey, man, I'm going to say this. Make sure y'all get that I ever tell you the one about podcast. Make sure y'all support Big Daddy Kane.
Facts.
I love your son. I love seeing when you did the pandemic virtual show from the house and seeing your son there. And I'm sure it must be amazing, man. When my daughter get to see me now and see, oh, okay, this is what you was doing when I was growing up. And now she could go back and see the history and see how people receive me and her Uncle King Tech. It's the most gratifying feeling, man. What is it like to see your son see how people revere you? What is that like for you?
Back in the days, on a song, I said that I'm not trying to say that I'm the baddest or portray that role, but I'm of the top two, and my father's getting old. That was, some little slick talk from Five on the Black Hand Side.
Mm-hmm.
But for my son, that's real spill. He take that to heart. Like, he really feel like, you had your time. It's my turn right now. Like, he was pissed last night that he couldn't jump on Clubhouse with me. Like, he wants that. Yeah. That little dude is dead serious. He wants it bad, and I'm going to give it to him.
Yeah, man. Stand right by his side. He's an amazing young man, Kane, and you have some amazing stories, man. Them kids be wanting the spotlight, too, man.
Nah, he dead serious. Yeah.
Okay, like you don't get it, Sway. You don't understand.
Nah, I'm serious. Like, I mean, pull away from my wife. Like, no, this the jam. I'm about to come out right now. He about to call me on stage right now. Like,
Wow. I love it, man. I can't wait to hear his bars. Tell him bring him up here when he
only 8 and he only 8 years old.
You want to bring him to the Valley of the Hyenas, Kane. We could take him on. When he's ready, bring him up. We'll put him on the 5 fingers. All right?
Say less. Say less.
You already know. Kane, love you, brother, and proud of you. Keep going, man.
Yes.
Keep going.
Much love to all y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all do, man. Stay blessed.
You already know, man.
Love
Big Daddy Kane. Did I ever tell you the one about? Make sure y'all check out that podcast. Thank you, Rich Nice.
All right, peace, Kane.
All right, we got Mike Muse. Mike Muse coming up next. Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5.